J-Bone's got a whole new boneyard. The whole crew is back together, and it is just mere hours away from Bound for Glory. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for total nonstop impact talk for Impact fans. Right here, we got Elisa. We've got Bill, probably straight out of some baseball show. How's everyone doing?
Just super. Thanks for asking.
Doing good, Bone Man. Doing good.
Good to hear.
Mere hours away from the biggest show of the year.
The second biggest show of the year. I am so stoked. I am so stoked for this weekend. So excited to see you guys. Share some good times. No, you can't come with, Rocky. Sorry. No, it's funny. It's ritual now that whenever I try to pack, he tries to jump in my bag.
Oh, he wants to go.
He does. He's a good kitty. I love him, but I don't think he would do well in the hot tub. I'm just saying.
The kitty don't want the hot tub.
No, probably not. It'd be funny though.
Yes.
So where are we going to start with this show? Shall we? I don't think there's a ton of news. I mean, there's
before that, we do got it looks like a super sticker here before the show.
Oh, so super chat.
Let me get that up. Super
Punk
chat
Tracy.
from Punk Tracy. Popped in to say hi. Play a Shearer clip instead of the coach clip. Go Diamondbacks and go Astros. So you know what that means. That means we get a little bit of it's speaking of news, Shearer, who confirmed he's on a handshake deal this past week, not under contract with Impact Wrestling currently.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
But let's give him not only Shearer, but what's his name again? It sounds like something, but it's something else.
I was gonna say Gouda.
Grado.
It sounds.
I was thinking about cheese.
J-Bo just spoils the fun of it. Cheese. Gouda, Grado, they're the same. And I'm thinking it's here still, but I don't know.
Are you not seeing it?
Unless he got moved.
Oh, there might be some.
Might not be. Oh wait, there he is. I think he got moved. It's much higher on the list now. It feels like.
Is it Odark? Because he's also owes my money.
I know he wasn't next to the booty cheeks, so he moved.
The booty cheeks. Rayline, thanks always for the bits. Oh, yeah. Much love, man.
Thank you.
Oh, and of course, there's Mrs. J-Bone in the chat talking about the CM Punk arrival. LOL. Is that? That is. Yeah, that's not.
That's a fake Mrs. J-Bone.
That's a fake Mrs. J-Bone. That is not. No, that is not.
Not the real Mrs. J-Bone.
No, my wife.
Who has been in the chat? So, hold on, Bell's boy. Did not want to be left out.
Whoa, heavy hitter tonight, Bell's boy.
Evening all. So Gresham is going to All Japan. Jade Cargill is all over the WWE landscape. AEW is all kumbaya with CMLL. NWA is going to the CW. Ooh, Dawson's Creek return. J-Bone and Justin want to play Hot Tub Time Machine, and it's BFG weekend. Look out.
Oh, so that must be the news that somebody messaged me. Oh, David something. I can't think of his last name. Messaged me. You might be friends with him too. David Cohen.
Oh, yes.
He's in the chat once in a while. He messaged me and he's like, "Did you hear about the NWA?" And I was like, "No, man. I've been busy this week and stuff." Yeah.
Well, NWA had some great albums back in the day, J-Bone.
Yeah. F the Police. Yeah.
Classic.
Dope Man. Yeah, good stuff. Straight out of Compton. Great stuff. All right, so yeah, here's the official Mrs. J Bone right here. Whoever's using my
The
name,
official.
you wish you were me.
First, we had the Penzer controversy. Now the Mrs. J-Bo controversy.
It's
What's going on?
hilarious. It's hilarious. Yes. You wish you were my wife. Wait, that's kind of weird. Oh, we're getting some giggles in the chat. Justin
Never a
says,
dull moment, I suppose.
you tell him the Mrs. J-Bo. What's that?
Never a dull moment, I suppose.
No, in this podcast? Come on.
But J-Bo, did you want to? Since I feel like even though since it got brought up, you can't leave the people hanging. Do you know the NWA news?
Well, you said, Bell's boy here said it's going to the CW. Are they actually getting like real TV time?
Well, that's what's up for debate. That's what's not clear right now because there's already a wrestling show on CW. Are you aware of this, J-Bone? This will be the whole answer to this question if this is a big deal.
No, I'm not aware.
Wow, Women of Wrestling's on the CW.
Oh, that's right.
And
That's
why
right.
didn't you say yes to that question, J-Bone? Because nobody knows when it's on. It depends on your local market.
This
True.
this is true. Everyone's
And that's
local
what I
time
think this is
different.
probably going to be. If they get on TV on a specific day at a specific time, like during the week, not 2 a.m. Saturday to Sunday, then that's good for them. Good for them. Just like good for like what OVW is doing and other things going on. But if it's randomly on local television in some markets, I don't know. And that's what's not clear yet. But hopefully for them, because obviously I'm a big fan of the champ right now. So hopefully.
Absolutely. I love EC3. And I even said, I'm like, if I continue to hear positive things about NWA, shit, I'll start watching again. Yeah, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. Good for them. I know that's been something they've been working on for a long time. The pandemic did them no favors either. So we'll see. But yeah.
But J-Bone, do you have any news?
I don't. I haven't really kept track of crap this week. I was trying to see if there was any like updates from like matches, but I don't think we even have any new matches.
Well, they've been updating the card for the UK for Turning Point.
Right, and that's what, a week after?
Yes, that's the like Halloween time frame, right before Halloween.
Okay. Now is that going to be taped?
It is the weekend after. Well, not even the weekend. It's a couple days, honestly, after.
Oh goodness!
Because
so is that
the Fallout Sunday, and they start taping. I think they're in Scotland on Thursday.
Oh wow!
So that's for international flights. That's a very quick turnaround. That's one of the reasons why I'm not attending. That's a very tough to pull off because obviously I'm driving back from Chicago, so that would be a very quick turnaround for another very long trip.
Well, yeah, there's only so much you can do. I mean, you're a busy guy and you hit the road a lot for Impact Wrestling, but Jiminy Christmas, there's only so much you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is that is the one piece of news that we were talking about before we went live is what Iceman said. He had the news today, J-Bo.
Right.
It's Iceman's news.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. JP says they also announced a BTI flight booked, transportation set up, hotel booked for someone. So there's some kind of surprise happening.
Wait a second.
As usual,
could that
probably
be
call your shot.
J-Bone?
I'm here.
Was he breaking the news?
I'm working, everybody.
Hold on. Bell's boy with another. Super.
Oh my goodness.
Cat sticker.
Bellsboy hitting
NWA
it
will
out of
be
the park
on at
tonight.
midnight after a 2-hour news block on my local CW affiliate, KTLA 5, followed by a repeat of Friends.
That sounds about right. I'm thinking
It
1 or
probably
2
will.
in the morning.
Hey, and still wrestling on TV and many outlets is good. That's what I grew up on. Like finding where's ECW? Where can I find it this week? So that's nothing's wrong with that, but it's tough to really gather what it is. Sometimes a bigger network sounds good, but if it's affiliated networks, that can be a little more dicey. It's not the national that you're thinking it is. But technically it will look good, just like WOW's in millions and millions of homes, but they're also random. It's tough to really gauge what's being seen and when.
Well, and WOW's actually pulling in some halfway decent audiences.
Well, it does, but it's tough to quantify what that really is.
From what I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, they have good ratings, but what's that really mean? Hey, and our favorite ref in the house, Daniel Spencer, who I know I saw it was announced that Daniel Spencer is going north of the border for a little Destiny wrestling in the near future.
I saw that.
So for our Canadian friends.
Absolutely.
So very cool. And J-Bone, even though it's not very Impact related, he is a Hall of Famer in the company. And I believe he may have at least heavily hinted, if not outright said, he will be retiring next year. And that is the one and only, the icon, J-Bone.
Oh,
the little stingers everywhere.
Sting.
Has
You've stepped over the line now. You've taken it too far.
Somewhere Trent is shedding a tear, even though he doesn't like the NWA product. Yes. Or the
NWA.
Excuse me. We were just
That's a good bonus.
NWA.
That's a good bonus.
Yeah. The AEW product, per se. So yeah. I mean, Sting's been jumping off of balconies over the last 2 years. She's been going absolutely nuts. It's crazy. So, he's got to call it quits at some time. And I mean, is it sad? Yeah, but I think the last time he said goodbye at the WWE Hall of Fame was even sadder, just because fans wanted so much more. Well, fans finally got it in AEW. So if you're not a fan of AEW and you haven't seen what Sting is doing, he has been doing some really fun stuff. Is it all 5-star matches? No, but it's a lot of fun tag stuff, and he's been doing some really crazy stuff where he's diving off of stuff, and it's just, oh my god, it's like the Sting of old. So finding the fountain of youth. So yeah, it's sad that he's going to be hanging it up. Not as sad, because he's done everything. He's just been working with the younger generation and having a blast. So,
hey, Sting has he was my first. Well, and I'm not I'm not a wrestling sign guy, but when I wasn't like Trent. I wasn't a little stinger, but when I was going to Civic Center WCW shows back in the day, that was my first sign. It's like I cut out in the wrestler, probably the PWI picture of the Stinger, put them on a piece of poster board, made a big Sting symbol. And
there you go.
So against that stunning Steve Austin and the Dangerous Alliance.
Good stuff.
Great American Bash Tour.
So, but as far as news, the biggest thing that I can think of is like you said, is George the Iceman talking about that there's going to be a surprise at Bound for Glory. So, Sound off in the chat. What do you think the surprise, or who do you think is going to be the surprise at Bound for Glory? Do you think it's going to be some big shocking reveal at the end of the show? Do you think it's going to be a knockout during Call Your Shot Gauntlet? What do you guys think? Sound off in the chat. There's a lot of free agents out there. We'll see.
Yeah, but I think a lot of those up north free agents technically are not available yet. The ones from that recent exodus.
No, but there is one right before that should be available. And it was they were mentioning it in the live reaction right before this. So I'll throw the name out there. Mandy Rose, pretty popular name.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, that was
Possibly.
Yep. I would imagine. I prefer Relic. You know what that spells backwards?
I loved Relic. Short-lived. Next year, Hall of Fame.
Well, where's like the random chatter to say bring back Tyson Tomko? Come on.
Right? Yeah, he's had a bit of a rough stretch, but yeah. There you go. Mercedes Monet. I think there's going to be a lot more knockout guesses, honestly, than other ones.
Hey,
just considering who's available. But
with the news we were just talking about, J-Bone, why not, let's just say, bring back the former face of the place and now the face of a different place that's in the news, maybe work together, maybe EC3 brings the 10 pounds of gold to Bound for Glory.
Whoa. I love him. I've always been a fan of his. I've always wanted him to see him come back. We'll see. We'll see.
Now Gary here, Matt Bentley, the former
there
Michael
we go.
Shane,
there we
who
go.
I know. It's funny because I saw that Tracy Brooks tagged Michael Shane or Matt Bentley, and it's just funny because like he last tweeted like 10 years ago. Like does he even know he has an account on that platform? Who knows?
That's hilarious.
Is he still using MySpace?
He's really Tom from MySpace. Nobody knows.
But yeah, Paul Nelson, Helix Skipper. Well, he showed up at a show recently, didn't he?
Yeah, he's been backstage. He was in Atlanta, I think. But then I'll tell you another one. I forget who said it. I don't know if it was Moose that said it or somebody said it regarding this. But at No Place Like Home, it was almost finalized, supposedly, Moose versus Monty Brown.
Oh yeah, I saw a headline, something about Monty Brown almost came back a couple years ago or something.
Yeah, because I think everybody, if you're an old school TNA fan, you're likely a Monty Brown fan.
T. Hughes says Kiss Demon or Glenn Gilberti. Jiminy Christmas.
Kiss Demon, bring him back.
That's only in Vegas, baby.
Oh,
Vegas.
Bell's Boy. Look, Bell's Boy here. Trying to get under
Vegas
my skin.
Dreams.
It's got to be Palmer.
Palmer. It's going to be Enzo. I love Enzo. What's he doing? Is Enzo still in MLW?
No.
Oh, he hasn't been?
Enzo's available. Because everybody knows.
Alicia, you've been quiet. What do you think? Who do you want to see show up? I know you don't make a lot of predictions, but come on, this is Bound for Glory.
Your mother, hey. There's my prediction.
What's that?
Word
your
to
mom.
Your mother.
Let me be surprised. God damn it.
She loves us.
You gotta blame the Iceman for this one, though. That's
I still.
Who knows? Maybe it's Maybe it's not even a wrestler. Maybe it's a dignitary. Maybe Sweet Aunt D's coming.
Oh,
Maybe.
she's taking over. she's buying.
Oh, and then
she's buying.
Maybe
Anthem.
it's a tag team. Because I happened to see the Grizzle Young Veterans. They showed up at the Deadlock Pro show on Sunday. So you never know.
You know, I've been hearing a lot of positive things about that team, and I'm sorry I'm not up on like popular UK guys. You know, other than like Will Ospreay, and I know there's a few others popping up here and there. If they're still local, and local I mean like in the US, and didn't go back to the UK. Yeah. I've heard nothing but good about them, though.
Yeah, why not? So a lot of good options. Feel free, if you weren't here live, put them in the comments and see what happens.
Justin says the Perminator.
Yeah,
we love Sam Beal. We'll still follow him. If anybody's following Sam Beal, you'll see the pictures he puts up of his little kid. Absolutely adorable. Love him. Yeah, I'd love to see him come back someday. That'd be great. Paul Nelson says, Undertaker, Uncle. LOL. Just kidding.
Well, he shows up now all the time, from what I hear.
Oh, yeah. He shows up in he's going back to NXT. It's like he found the fountain of youth. It's just body slamming young boys. Curry Man says Barry Monkey, nice. David Valentine. Gonna be T. Blanchard and Dana Brooke coming to fight D. Perazzo and Taylor Wilde. Well,
That's random.
Taylor Wilde's out right now. Kylan King's going to be running roughshod all over the division, I predict, very soon. Sooner rather than
Kylan
later.
took out Taylor? What?
Yeah. She confessed that, last week?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
So is Taylor face on a return? I don't know.
Also wear my Coven shirt.
Alicia was very upset about that. She's like, what am I supposed to do with my Coven shirt?
Where are my witches at?
Where my witches at?
Right?
Oh, T. Hughes tugging at me here. Manny Lemons. Yeah. The zest of life.
Somebody put him in timeout. No, I'm kidding. Manny Lemons.
Come on. Everybody likes Manny. He had the brief run with the tree, the learning tree.
Everybody.
All right, J-Bone.
I'm the only one that didn't like him.
All right.
I'm not jumping on the tree. So on that note, it's gone. It's all gone. You've taken it too far. Let's jump into this episode of Impact Wrestling, the last one before this weekend's Bound for Glory, and then we'll run down the final card. Just want to make sure there haven't been any.
Well, how about the big news, J-Bone, that you can pre-buy a meet and greet with the Hall of Famers this weekend?
Oh yes, is that
you
a
can
first
go get
bill?
You can. Well, they've done this. They did it for like that. Alicia was there for the like that fan event before Impact 1000. They've done it a handful of times to pre-purchase, but there's never been a Mike Tenay photo op.
Gonna want to get on that.
Tracy Brooks, Will Ospreay.
I'm excited about.
Might have to be me and the professor hobnobbing.
Oh, that's gonna be. All the times I think about, and I know this is gonna sound kind of weird, But all those episodes we reviewed, the full Asylum series, I feel like a different kind of fan after we did all that. And it was so much fun. I can't wait to see Tenay at the Hall of Fame. It's going to be that pre-show is going to be very emotional.
Oh yeah, it's going to be mainly a lot of it's Hall of Fame, I imagine.
There's no matches.
Yeah, it says Hall of Fame. So now anybody, my team Twitch that's out there, if there's some subscribers in the chat, if you can throw angry Tenay faces in there for me right now for the Hall of Famer.
Oh yes,
it'd be appreciated. I need me some angry Mike Tenay.
Eddie's in the chat. We'll be seeing you Saturday. Can't wait. So we say noonish for some za.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a few of us.
I might be closer to one-ish, but we'll see. I'll try to see if I can make noonish.
I'm gonna try to leave a little earlier than usual. I never do.
Okay.
I'm always late. So it's like we always say, whoever gets there first, just get a table for 60. No, I'm kidding. No, realistically, how many is it? It's you, me, Justin, Eddie. Oh wait, Justin's better half. Patty. I'm trying to remember her name. I'm horrible at this. Yes, Patty. Okay,
I believe
so. That's four. So that's four. Justin, I'm going to be in so much trouble if I forget. Eddie and Eddie's. Thanks, Eddie. J-Moon's never late.
That seems like 6 confirmed.
Right. So nothing crazy, but yeah. So
I'm coming from very far away for this.
You are. You should leave right after the show, just to make sure you get there. Justin, it says it's Patsy. Okay, I was close. I forgot the S. My apologies. Hey, I only seen her twice this year, and I'm old, so please forgive me.
You're an old bone.
I'm an old bone, and I'm under a lot of medication. All right.
Cats and everywhere.
So the cats are going nuts. I see Alicia's trying to control hers. Mine is over here begging for stuff. Justin says, "No worries, thank you. You're too kind." All right.
To the big shoe.
See if there's any last minute announcements.
See if there's any new matches or anything. That's weird.
Yeah, just making sure, because I feel like they're this close to announcing something. Like Kaz versus Eddie Part 9,
Bring it on. Well, last week that match is the highest rated match of the year for Impact, isn't it? On the rating outlets.
Call your shot gauntlet. No, that's it. Nothing last minute. Yeah, don't be surprised if we get a couple surprises during the Call Your Shot Gauntlet.
Yeah,
and I even went completely nuts and said during the live reaction, and I said, we've got the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. We also have the holder of the briefcase. And I said, what if something to the effect of Brian Myers wins the Call Your Shot Gauntlet? He cashes in on a very tired, we'll just say whoever wins. I'm not going to say Alex Shelley or Josh. So just say, cashes in on so-and-so. and then Moose takes him out, and he ends up champ.
Well,
I think that's a very possible thing.
I would agree with you, J-Bone, but I was made aware, and I don't remember the stipulation always being there, but this is confirmed by the man himself. When I was at Revolver, Moose, he can cash it in at any time. He can't do it on the moment. He has to make a match. Like he has to cash it in to be like, I'll see you at the next pay-per-view, or I'll see you next week on TV. Like you can't just go at the end of the match and be like, now the gauntlet trophy, yes, you can just go cash in. But for the briefcase, you cannot just cash it in.
Okay, that's interesting.
No, I feel like that. I'd have to go back in the history, but I feel like a briefcase has been cashed in before. But that is the current ruling.
All right.
The call your shot can be that. I guess because of the call your shot, they have to make it different.
All right.
You can't just have a bunch of people cashing in left and right.
And it seems like there's a pretty even bunch of men and women for that call your shot.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, right now, I believe there's 13 names in the call your shot. Brian Myers, Eric Young, Dirty Dango, Bully Ray, Jake Something, Jordan Grace, Joe Hendry, Kaz, Kylan King, Kenny King, the Kings, Jody Threat, Gisele Shaw, and Eddie Edwards.
So that leaves, 7?
Yeah, so there's
space. 20 of them?
Yeah.
Could be more. You never know.
Could be Bravo twice.
Could be Swinger.
Ooh. Don't tempt me with a good time. Swinger or we riot. Maybe that's a sign.
Right.
Swinger for the gauntlet or we riot.
So so we talked about Iceman. BTI match, Kylan King taking out Jody Threat. And I said, I think that's just the beginning of Kylan King being on a roll here. She's going to be on a roll. I really think so. What do you think, Alicia?
Most F.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
it
think?
Feels
what
like
do you
this
think,
is. It feels like that's where they're going. It feels like she's being, regardless of what happened with Taylor, she was going to get a solo run. Like that was to build her up into a solo run at some point. Maybe things happen to make that sooner, but it does feel like that's the direction they're going to give her the push.
Yes. Yeah.
See, Gary here, he's thinking the same thing. EC3 in the gauntlet, 10 pounds of gold.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I'm down for that.
And at some point, it's got to happen. It feels like we've been talking about Sue Young coming back for forever.
I wish. God, I miss her.
Yeah, that would be something. That really would be. I talked about it for so long, and then I stopped talking about it.
I'm a fan, too. All good suggestions.
Yeah. There you go. All right, so we start out this episode, the go-home episode, if you will, of Impact Wrestling leading to this weekend's Bound for Glory, just mere hours away, with Speedball getting one last shot of glory in here before the big one this weekend. Samurai del Sol. Nothing to sneeze at here. This was a lot of fun. but I can't wait for this weekend, man. And one thing I want to, as we're going through this, I'm going to just drop something on you guys and just give me your opinion in the chat. And then I'll ask you guys at the end of the show, if I remember, of course. I'm going to need some more brain juice. What do you guys consider? Now, I don't care what goes on last. Okay. I'm not asking you, what do you guys think is going to go on last? For you, what is your main event of this year's Bound for Glory? Is it the tag match? Is it Trinity versus Mickie James? Is it Josh Alexander versus Alex Shelley? I don't care what's going on last. What is the main event for you? What are you most looking forward to? Is it Ospreay versus Speedball? And I'm guessing that's going to be a lot of people.
Wild.
That's going to be a candidate for
Saban versus Kenta.
That too. Yes, we I don't think we've talked about that enough lately.
Josh versus Alex.
Yeah, I got to go Josh versus Alex.
Okay. All right. It's hard for me.
It's close though. Like when you get the star power of Trinity and Mickie in a match, it's tough to deny that. I think we've had a long burn with the ABC and obviously with the Rascals, and I might have a slight investment in ABC right now. So it's tough not to go with that too. So there's a lot. I think they've done a really good job building this card. And even a match like Bayley and Ospreay, that was supposed to be obviously a match earlier this year at the Multiverse, the original Multiverse show. So but once again, that was just there to be here's a great match, not really a storyline related match. But now that match never happening created a storyline. So a lot of good things happening on this card. One of the honestly best build up overall cards probably in a long time. All the matches kind of make sense for the most part, or they look great on paper.
It's a great card, yeah.
It really is. It's going to be a lot of fun. Knockouts are going to have a hell of a night. You're going to see some great tag team action between men and women, I don't mean men versus women. You know what I mean? On both sides of the coin there, between knockouts and the guys.
You take the gauntlet. Everybody's in there.
Gauntlet, yeah. Everyone's in the gauntlet. It's going to be a lot of fun. Across the board, the whole card's just a lot of fun.
Then you got the Hall of Fame. They got a lot going on for Bound for Glory.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
And honestly, personally, this is pretty much the last big show going through for the year. Like Impact's going over to the UK. There'll be a couple one-offs in Canada, but it's the last time in the States. Bound for Glory and the Fallout. So until Hard to Kill.
UK stuff's going to be very interesting.
Agreed.
It is. I've said that from the beginning. I'm beyond interested to see how this all works out because I don't think that was the plan at one point, but it became the plan for it to be TV. So just what they do between matches and backstage segments and maybe from their facilities, it's just going to how it all comes together. Is there a hidden wrestle house or something that's also going to be in the TV programming to close out the year? That I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah. T Hughes as a random Julio De Niro. Who has a better chance of coming back at the pay-per-view? CM Punk or Julio De Niro?
You bring back Raven and you got the whole crew.
How about
you already got Alexis LeRae?
How about CM Punk versus Julio De Niro? Oh my God, Alexis! Yeah, you're right. Mickie James is Alexis LeRae. Now I'm just waiting for Alicia to scream out serotonin.
Well, because that's the wrong group, buddy.
It's another group, bud. It's a group
I know.
we enjoy.
But it still has to do with the Raven. So, you know.
Each flock is different. Respect the names, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Oh, and that is something else that was in the news, J-Bone. Although I've been losing more and more.
Are we back on news?
Well, the PWI women's 250 came out.
Oh.
And there were obviously a bunch of knockouts ranked. Some, but once again, the whole ranking system and how they go about that, I don't know how much credence I would give to that. But there were definitely some strong showings from like Deanna, Jordan, Masha, because of all her indie work mainly. But it's good to see representation there. But I'm not going to use that as a be-all because just like the rating system, we see how that goes when like one of the the Iron Woman match did not get nearly the kudos it deserved from those said outlets. I kind of bailed on them after that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, somebody mentioned that during the live reaction, something to the effect of Masha Slamovich was ranked. What did she get in the regular PWI? Top 10, top 15 or something? But she didn't.
She was
rank...
the regular PWI too, yeah. Like because she does obviously a lot of intergender, obviously
right.
on the indies.
But she didn't rank top 10 in the women's.
Not the women's.
Right. So
they just, I think they I don't know if they just used obviously women's matches probably as their criteria. But yeah, because I believe Deanna was the number one in the knockouts.
Okay.
Critical Stig had to remind me. But this is just how bad that was. You mean Deanna and Jordan getting a laughable 2.5 stars out of 5?
Who gave him that?
All right, Alicia, close your ears.
Uh-oh.
Because you don't want to hear it because he just asked for it. J-Bone. It's on you, J-Bone. I blame you for this.
Longing for that fake wrestling news. Don't believe anything that you read on the internet.
Where's your boy?
You okay? she looks like she's not.
I'm so enraged. Like, I don't know. It's just so unsettling. That man is.
He's unsettling. Now, the funny thing is, Alicia, like that just his facial expressions unsettle you. I know, like, people meme. Have you seen the picture of him in like whatever his office, and it's just like
oh god, the hoarding office. Yeah,
I figured
I have
everywhere.
I guess that's when I look at him. That's all I see. It's just a mess.
A mess stuff everywhere.
I blame that picture. It was a little too inside. So some things you need to just keep to yourself.
Right. It's like, don't say that.
Critical Sting. Luckily, we ignore that here. If you're down south, that seems to matter to the owner. If not, he'll spout off on social media, J-Bone. Watch out.
Oh.
If you added him, you might be able to talk to a billionaire in Jacksonville because he seems to respond to everybody these days.
Good thing I'm barely on social media right now. Oof.
All right, since that's where I'll be on Wednesday, so I better watch out. I might be getting into it again.
Oh boy, yeah, you better watch it. All right, so Samuray del Sol takes a L to Speedball. Speedball goes into this weekend with a win. Great to see. Someone said in the live reaction, "Oh, that's just because he's gonna lose this weekend." I'm like, never assume anything. Speedball and Will Ospreay might end up with like an hour draw. Who knows?
Anything's possible.
Start off the
anything.
match, hour draw.
But yeah, definitely going to be a highlight. Any thoughts on Samurai del Sol Speedball?
Well,
City.
I'm pleasantly surprised Samurai del Sol is still around. Because I remember we saw him in Chicago, J-Bone, and it kind of, let's just say it didn't get off to the best start.
Right.
Due to whatever issues. But like, it felt like because he's local to Chicago, it's like, all right, that's probably, we're never going to see him again unless they're back in Chicago. But that he's shown up a few other times now seems like more of a regular. That's not a bad thing. And obviously there's much more of an invested lucha presence again in Chicago this weekend. Maybe not per se during Bound for Glory as much, but definitely during the Fallout with Conan returning.
Conan, Hoovie's going to be there.
Hoovie? Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. But once again, a good match in Speedball. I feel like I see Speedball all the time right now because he's local to here. So he's on a lot of shows right now. And obviously with Impact. So he's at the top of his game right now. So this was a good match, and just going into Ospreay, they're going to put on a show for sure. So it's going to be interesting to see where they place this match. If it is like early in the card, the middle, or towards the end. And how much time they give it to. That's going to be an interesting thing to see, because it's a loaded card. So it might be just crazy spot fest for like 12 minutes.
I'm one of those guys. I love it. I love it all. So I don't care. So, but yeah, Speedball gets a win. Next, we got Dirty Dango saying that Oleg is his new accountant.
It's interesting.
He's crunching numbers.
I tell you what, that sounds like some mafia shit right there. It'd be like, yeah, who's this new guy? Oh, he's the accountant. Yeah,
but because he kind of throws Bravo under the bus, J-Bone, in doing so.
This is true.
Dango. Like Bravo, I don't think he'd be happy with this.
Yeah, he kind of slaps him up.
Yeah. It's like what Bravo did to us.
Oh, Bravo's done much worse to us.
He gave us the old what's for.
I'm pretty sure Alicia's.
I don't know whether to say congratulations or I'm sorry.
Alicia's definitely still in therapy. There hasn't been a lollipop on the show ever since. Crunch.
You missed the lollipop.
I miss my lollipops. No, my lollipops are right down there somewhere. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how much interference and how much we get to see Oleg. What's the last name? I'm just going to call him Oleg.
Well, what?
Prudius,
but that's his real name.
right? We can't call him Kozlov because that's another universe name.
Yeah, unless you go through the effort like Santino did to become Santino.
Yeah. Kozlov, my brother. All right, so then we got ABC, the Bullet Club, Ace and Bay, cutting a promo about their match against Rascals. Could be another highlight.
Okay.
So that covers that one. We've got What do we got next here? Oh, Kenny King versus
Kenny
Heath.
King?
Kenny King warming up for are both of them in the color shot gauntlet?
I don't think Heath's announced for it. But he obviously could be in it.
I know there's rumors that he's out soon. I don't know.
I don't know. But like maybe like he has contract and stuff like that. But as we know in Impact, like sometimes you stick around for a while without a contract, or you sign a new one and nobody knows about it. Because I think unless, like, obviously up north wants to bring him back or something, I feel like Heath likes it in Impact. So I don't think like he's like really wants to get away, but who knows?
And I don't think it comes across well enough on TV at times. But whenever Heath shows up, man, it's one of the loudest pops of the evening.
I say it every time. Like people, and I know like sometimes in all the different online communities and chats and stuff, but biggest pops in the live arena a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Heath and Rhino, like Tommy Dreamer, like a lot of the ones that like the crowd's like, no, like don't push these. And I don't want to say necessarily they're being pushed at times, but for live crowds, pops are huge for these guys.
Right.
And that does mean something.
Yeah. And that's part of the casual audience, I think, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not bad. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, you got to have a mix. Like you got to have people, ones that are like, oh, yeah. Oh, baby.
And it's usually a surprise, too. It's not an announced thing.
Yeah, the way he's been going, it's like, he usually's coming in out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Wake up call.
Yeah, yeah. Big time.
Oh, baby!
Oh, yeah. But he wasn't saying that after this match. Kenny King gets the win. Then we got Kaz. And all I wrote down here was Kaz was looking like hamburger because this is this is following his match last week. Oof. Rough day at the office for him.
Yeah, he earned it.
Yeah. And that was against Eddie again. That's why I said, I'm like, man, is this really over? Because Kaz is like, I love you, man. I love you.
Well, it feels like they're going to get into it at some point during the gauntlet.
If they're both in there, yeah.
I believe they're both announced for it.
Probably.
So they'll probably get involved. They'll probably have a big spot there.
They'll both bring some cage pieces and set it up during the match, and the color shot gauntlet will actually turn into a cage match.
Yeah. And once again, that's something I assume it's going to be a lockdown at some point. But everyone's like, it seems like it has been a common theme, like the lack of a cage match in Impact for a real long time now, which is, I know it's not the easiest thing with how they do it, because the way you would always have to do it is if you're not doing lockdown with all the matches, you got to either do it at the beginning of a show and take it down, or you got to have some type of cinematic match or something to then construct it for a main event. So it's not the easiest thing to do for like a live pay-per-view.
You gotta have something distracting.
Correct.
Like, what are you watching
like
beforehand?
Like you could do it for TV, but something like that, you probably want a live crowd, like a live reaction to it.
Yeah. Because that's one of the most painful things to sit through is them putting up a cage.
Yeah. Like, so when they were able to do it at times and like it's there for when you walk in, great. Just like the Ultimate X structure, like it's already there. Then they quickly can take it down. A lot easier to take it down than put it up.
Oh, sure. So, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it's all part of the color shot. Then we got Crazy Steve versus Taurus. Loved this. I love Crazy Steve's journey, where he's like the madman. Taurus getting some time to shine as well.
But do you like him sticking forks in people?
Oh, I jokingly say that all the time. Yeah, stick a fork in him, he's done. But no.
Oh, he went literal.
Yeah, but no, just no.
Don't stick forks in people. That's bad.
It's not nice. It's not nice. It's like, where's that thing been? Was that, somebody's pot pie or
It's for spaghetti.
somebody's pocket collecting, we got some lint wrapped around it? That's not healthy. Is it sanitized? Probably not.
You know what it was for, J-Bone? He was probably going to Chicago to eat some za, and you need a fork.
Oh, of course. Bound for glory. Crazy Steve. Come here. Coming close. Crazy Steve, here's your invite. Jordanos. Hit us up. Come meet us for some pie. Bring your fork.
Bring your fork.
For
when
the
you
pie,
have your fork.
not for us. The pie.
Well, when you have your fork, your family. Olive Garden, do not sue.
Wait, when you what? When you have your fork, your family? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Is that going to be the new thing?
Why not?
Should we put that on a t-shirt? TNI.
Put it on a t-shirt.
When you have your fork, your family.
That's right.
Does that even make sense?
Alicia would probably agree with me because that's like that could definitely work for deathmatch shows, no doubt.
This okay.
Like when you have your light tube, your family.
Mayor here says, Bill, please explain to J-Bone what happened 30 years ago with Sid and a pair of scissors.
Sid Justice?
What did he do? Did he stab someone?
I believe he did stab somebody. Well, or was he the stabby? Well, now I'm thinking of a different incident that happened. Oh yeah, it's the one with Arn Anderson.
Oh,
During the WCW era. Oh, he's good though. He's good. That was 20 years ago on the dot. There you go. When you
Justin
get forked,
Miller.
your family.
When you get forked, your family. You should...
Whole lot of forking going on.
Fork you.
So really,
oh my God.
forget any other promotion. We got to give credit to the OG. Sid. Psycho Sid. Sid Justice. Sid Vicious. Lord Humongous. Who invented scissoring. Sorry. It's Sid.
You say he invented scissoring?
Yeah. 30 years ago, J-Bone.
I think that's different. Eddie says, don't tell me what a good time. Oh, but you're going to need a hell of a scissors if you're going to bring scissors to cut that pie in Chicago. Wink, wink.
There are people that use scissors to cut pizza, J-Bone. Are you aware of this?
That sounds just, I don't know, messed up.
Oh, I need to read a different book. Uh-oh. What book? I'm looking for recommendations.
What? Oh, it's out of control. Daniel Spencer in the chat. Are you forking kidding me?
May the fork be with you.
That's it. That's the show. Good night. Daniel, I know you got a hectic weekend, but you got to come out with us like maybe Saturday night if you're available. We gotta break bread sometime this weekend. Just tell your boss you got a hot date.
Hot date.
If we can work it out, great. If not, totally understand. But we'll see. Oh, here we go.
Are you saying?
Yeah, who's buying me Mexican? It's on me, bro.
There
It's
you
on
go.
me. It's on me.
That's the star of Netflix's wrestlers right there.
There we go. Which is still on my list to watch. I just started
okay,
watching
gotta
Gen
get on
V.
that.
I'm sorry.
Are you a big Boys fan as well?
Oh
The
yeah,
Boys?
fun stuff. Never read the comic. I'm like that with the DC and the Marvel. It's like it's all just entertainment. You know, I don't know really what the hell's going on, backstory, all that kind of stuff. Like, oh, see in the comics this happened compared to this happened in the movie. It's like no. Don't get me involved in that conversation. I watch it for face value. I think it's all just great. Hey, where's mine? I don't get it. My wife's handing out treats. I don't get it. No, I don't really want cat treats. J-Bones started eating cat treats live on the show. Like Mel Gibson and Lethal Weapon.
Oh, yeah.
He quit smoking and he's trying to quit his dog biscuit addiction.
Getting too old for this, J-Bone.
Back to I'm too old for this shit. Right? That's what I'm going to say after this year. This year's been crazy. What's next here? Oh, we were talking about Crazy Steve and Taurus. Fun match. Crazy Steve. Now, it's going to be Crazy Steve announced he's going to have the match with
Thomas Dreamer.
Thomas.
Fallout.
It's not at
Bound for Glory.
It's not at Bound for Glory. It's the next day. It's at the tapings. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I think my wife just grabbed a treat and didn't share with me. Brat?
Oh, I think we have the return of the one and only. Oh,
my bad. Oh, sorry.
There's Alicia.
It's me. Had a situation.
Oh, okay. Well, we pretty much we've just been talking about forks and ways to use the word fork in things.
Oh, it's just ridiculous.
Well, that's creative. That's fun. Is it by any chance in regards to the Insane Steven match?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That's what we were just
Insane
finishing
Steven.
up. Where we were talking
okay.
about
Well, I'll add to
Steven
this. I really like that crazy move that Crazy Steve did off the top rope or off the corner to Black Taurus. Was some kind of weird Hurricane Rana thing. I don't know the moves, but you know.
And how about that? Oh yeah. Oh, and we talked a lot about scissoring and Sid.
Wrong show.
I mean, yeah. Well. Yes, and well, definitely wrong show. But are you aware? Because it was brought up. Are you aware of the Sid Arn Anderson scissor incident? Have you heard of this?
No.
From 30 years ago.
No.
Sounds like there was like some. They got into it. They got into real heat, brother, and there were some scissors used. They got violent. There was blood. It was like a deathmatch show.
But not on a show? Like, did they?
But not on a show. Yeah. It was like more of the backstage boys going at it.
You know, it's like the Undertaker says, the locker rooms were a lot different back then. Well, I guess it depends on whose locker rooms, but I guess some of them are still kind of like that.
Oh, was it the 80s? Does it go even farther back into? But it was backstage,
like,
and obviously that was out of the era, obviously, where Bruiser Brody was killed in Puerto Rico and stuff. Like, it was madness.
Shoot scissor. Yep.
So I gotta go Sid, OG of scissoring, but that's a different topic for a different day.
I only like violence in my wrestling, so I'm not a big fan of anything that happens behind.
Are you going to a certain violent promotion in November?
Yes, hopefully, because I missed the last one. You were there, right?
Okay. I was at the last one.
Yeah.
So right now, because it's rated like that week before Thanksgiving, so I think I'll be at it. But so I'll get into the next one while we get J-Bone back. But it is a bunch of promos of all the different people in the Call Your Shot. Not everybody, though, but it gives us a little bit of a tease on who's all in this. Anybody jump out at you, Alicia?
Not off the top of my head. It's just going to be one of those things that even if I guess, I'm probably most likely going to be wrong. So, I just think it's fun. I think
you have a difference. Like it's a different. You have like obviously main eventers in there, but people all over the card. You have knockouts, X Division, all different kinds. There we go, Gary.
Well, it's like the Feast of Fire match. I would have never guessed the 4 people they chose. And I was very concerned with every single person they chose. So
yeah, like
and we lost a good one.
They started with Chris Bay, and you're like, okay, I see it. Probably the tag titles makes sense, but then everything else, it was like, what's going on here?
I was shook. To the core.
You could say,
I don't know.
That was forking insane.
It was forking insane. What the fork?
What the fork? Shut the fork door. Not as good. Throw that one back in the recycle bin. But so we get all those, and then we're go back to Mean Gia Miller backstage with Mickie James and Trinity being interviewed.
Let me stop you there.
Oh, go ahead.
Their new team name is Tricky.
That's fantastic. J-Bone, what do you think of that? Oh,
you're muted.
Sorry.
What do you think of that tag team name? Tricky.
I always think of the classic Run DMC song.
Beastie Boys. Oh, Run. Oh, yeah, that's Run.
It's Run DMC. Tricky.
But Trinity and Mickie, it's tricky.
It's tricky to rock around. That's right. Our time is tricky. I
mean, I know it was like a one-time tag because they're going against each other, but if they ever become a team, Tricky is in the cards, in the running.
Team Tricky.
Just a combination of their names. It's perfect. Tricky.
That is good.
Sure. But the look on Mickie James' face, she's absolutely up to something.
Oh,
heel turn.
What do you say? Yeah, what are you saying, J-Bone?
Oh, just she's hardcore country's doing something. I don't know what.
I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, come on, go ahead.
Nope.
The people want it.
I don't want to make the face.
Hardcore country.
Oh God, it's like instinct to want to say it. I just don't want to make the face. You got to make a weird face to say the hardcore
you gotta make
country.
A weird face to say the hardcore or the country part.
All of it. You have to put some stank on that, all right? And it's just not. I just don't want to do it.
Just stank on it.
She goes cross-eyed. Her hair goes weird. It's hilarious. It's great.
Yeah, it's not far off.
She's like possessed.
Like my hands are itching. I want to say it so bad. So let's just move on.
Do it.
No, I will not succumb to peer pressure. I'm not a child.
No peer pressure. No peer pressure. Anti.
You have no power here.
J-Bone has
speaking
spoken.
of possibly no power being dominated, let's get into the promo from the Knockouts Tag Champions, MK Ultra, talking about their title match. That they were just going to destroy Deanna and Tasha.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that? Because obviously you got the two Jersey girls teaming together here.
It's hard when you love every member of the women's roster and they have to fight each other, and it just gets hard. I'm voting for both teams. Yay. Go sports. Go sports.
Sports. I was at something a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And I had, it was just kudos. There was a girl wearing a hat that just said sports on it.
I love it.
And obviously it was like she knew what she was doing. And I applaud it. That's my kind of humor right there.
I need that hat because that's me at any sports event I go to. I'm just there because it's my husband and his family's thing, and I try to be supportive. I really like stadium food
it was
too.
A green hat, so obviously it was for I'm sort of an Eagles fan, but I don't know what's going on. So sports.
I'm here. I'm just here because someone had an extra ticket.
That sounds like something.
And they handed out free stuff at the door.
It sounds like something you get at the dollar store. Like, oh, I need a new baseball cap.
Oh no, that's a $30 cap from Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah, I bet you. I 100%.
It's a high-end shirt or high-end hat for $100.
So you're saying it's something Sporty Spice would?
Yeah, if it's not children's related, geared towards children, because you could get away with a child thing being sports, and it's like a baseball and a football.
It's sports neutral.
Yeah, if you're into the adulting world and wearing something that says sports, you're being, oh, look at me, ha ha ha. I'm making a comment on things.
I'm Tiddlywinks champion 3 years running, bitches.
Or I don't care about these sports. Screw you and your sports.
You gotta have the hair flip.
I will say this though, I was disappointed when I learned that the sport pickleball didn't have any pickles.
There was no pickles?
There was no pickles.
I guess you could drink a bunch of pickle juice.
I mean, you could. You might shit your pants, but
you'll be hydrated.
I have to. I don't know. I like to keep it simple. Wrestling, football, baseball, basketball. But pickleball? I mean, what's?
I gave up when I realized there wasn't any real pickles.
There's no pickle.
I was disappointed. I got stoked. I looked into it, and I was out as soon as I found out.
Tennis and racquetball.
Thought they were launching pickles at each other. It's so disappointing. Anyway, wrestling. Go wrestling.
I don't need any brain melting experiences before this weekend. I got to keep it together here. All right, let's continue.
Well, after that great promo, we go to Rhino and Bully Ray backstage, where Rhino's telling Bully Ray he doesn't need his help. I don't need you, Bully.
That confused the hell out of me.
Well, is this the beginning? What are we seeing? Are we seeing a shift in the character of Bully Ray? What's going on here?
are we seeing a collection of the old ECW
Oh yeah,
guys?
the old ECW. Oh yeah, that's their connection, obviously. Like they go way back.
Now, now, hang on a second. Bully Ray came down and stopped Macklin. Okay, that's what happened during the match, right?
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, we had when you came in. I jumped over the Moose and Myers match against PCO and Rhino.
Oh, how could you do that? That was a blast.
It was a blast.
It was a lot of fun. All right,
what'd you think about it, J-Bone? Tell us what you thought.
I'm more and more excited about this team up of Moose and Myers, honestly.
The most professional wrestling gods.
Right, because there's just so much room for dissension and chaos, like, and just, shenanigans.
Yeah.
So a little comedy, but they're also very dangerous. But, I also love PCO. He's one of my favorites on the show, and I'm a little sad because I've heard that he's going to be, his time's going to be coming up soon, from what I've heard in interviews. So whatever we get this weekend, we got to really appreciate it, because just what he does is just bonkers. These guys doing topes through the rope, taking out God, either everyone or no one. And when I say, what are you talking about? No one. Remember him doing topes through the rope and just crashing and burning outside of the ring on nobody? He was what, shorting out, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna miss that guy. I really am.
Oh yeah.
He had a good run with the company.
He did. And I don't know what's next for him, if he's just taking time off from wrestling in general, but whatever it is, man, I wish him well. It's been so much fun watching this. It's like looking into the future and seeing a future version of like Darby Allin. It's ridiculous, So then after the match, okay, so there was all this chaos going on. Macklin ran down and Bully stopped him. So I was confused by Rhino. So Rhino was thanking Bully for the interference, right? Is that what happened here?
Well,
go ahead, Bill.
He kind of was, but then he was like, well, he doesn't really need them. Like, he was kind of like wanting them to butt out. It felt like.
Okay, yeah.
Like, so I don't need you to.
Like, I had to just replay it in my head for it to make make So I guess I understand what happened, but when it happened on TV and I'm watching it, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, during the match, it didn't seem like it was like, oh, well, okay. But I don't know how aware he was of it during the match.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. Like, did they react to it, or was it just shown on camera that he ran down and Bully stopped him? Mm-hmm. Oh, and then PCO. Okay, so yeah, he stopped Macklin, and then PCO did the tope, took out Macklin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that I popped for that. That just
unexpected.
What's that?
Unexpected.
Very. And that's the best thing about PCO. It's like, oh, he's on the top rope. Oh, everybody's just praying. What the hell's he doing now? Moose pulls Myers out of the way. No water in the pool. It's like, oh, shit.
No water.
Oh, my God.
Bobby Ray.
PCO turned Bully Ray into Bobby Ray? No, that was Santino.
Bobby Ray.
So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't think we're gonna get some kind of ECW reunion. We don't need that. We had that.
They're playing on that. Obviously, they have a past.
Right. Yeah. And it does have to do with the match this weekend. But Bully's not in. Bully's not in that one. But I'm sure he's going to interfere.
It feels like that's what's going to happen. He's going to play a role in there somehow.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of connected, interwoven among all these guys.
Right. All right. Did we talk about MK Ultra?
Yes.
You did? Okay. I love that promo. I love the red lights. I love how they're like teasing each other, but they're also scary as hell. You know?
Do you think the Jersey girls have a chance or no?
I really don't think so.
Oh.
I really don't think so. I think MK Ultra's got to go a little longer.
All right, because this is an infamous tag titles that have been swapped around quite a bit over recent history. So
yeah, and I'm at the point where I don't care who they put together. You know, I don't care if it's someone they bring in that's actually a tag team, like Inspiration or And
I saw Cassie Lee was back in action in Australia, so she's back wrestling now.
Oh.
Yeah, so maybe the Inspiration. Maybe they'd be looking for a return. Who knows?
Yeah, I haven't heard any news, so that's been completely off my radar. Most things have been off my radar lately. But anyways, I don't know. Stop bragging. Okay, so this kind of has to do with what I was talking about earlier, as far as like what is the main event for everyone? Because I know someone in the chat, was it Mayor? I think Mayor in the chat during the live reaction said that this segment was boring. And then what I'm talking about here is Scott D'Amore going back and forth between Josh Alexander and Alex Shelley. Roughing the conversation, like, oh, you're both in the building. We're going to keep you separate, but you both have time to, give your piece. And
good job, Scott. Good job.
Mayor said the segment was boring to him, and I was like, well, that's interesting. I'm like, why was this? I'm like, is this match? What do you not consider this your main event? That's one of the reasons why I brought that up earlier. Everyone has different matches that they're most excited for. Like, what's your main event? So that's where that this sprouted from. And then Mayor said he's very excited for the match. Just the segment itself did nothing for him. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yes, Mayor, we're putting you on the spot here. So yeah. But what did you guys think of this? Did this amp up the feeling of the match for you, or was it just kind of there? What did you guys think?
Do you want to go first, Bill?
I thought it did the work of. Once again, this goes back obviously when Josh was champion and he lost. Like, there was some kind of repeat messaging there, like the lines about like that Josh was just a fan. Like, he kind of went back to that earlier during kind of this feud. But then like Josh like hit him hard with that transition champion line.
Oh,
like that.
Yeah.
That was like, ooh, like, because like that's kind of what not only like parts of the fan base have said, like the dirt sheets, like that's been a term used for Shelley during his run. Like, because a lot of people are like, if Josh wasn't hurt, he wouldn't have lost it. And it's just going to go back on Josh when he's ready. So putting it out there that was about like that's almost a knockout punch that he gave him right there with that line. So I like now once again I could see this. It's like the same thing you get with a contract signing. People are gonna like them or hate them pretty much. There's no middle road for these type of segments. But I think it did get it further because like it will be the main event of the show. So they're just trying to give it the appropriate build and obviously you had some fallout to end it sort of just like a contract signing where it's just to build that heat. It's try to just top it off going into the weekend.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was fine. And like Bill said, it served its purpose. But at the end there, I legit thought Josh was fighting a pillow because I couldn't. It was maybe it was how dark the shot was. There wasn't lighting and the camera was like zigzagging really fast that I didn't even see Alex Shelley come in and go after him.
Oh no, he dove
I thought he was.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I'm staring, I'm squinting at the screen, and I'm like, what is he doing? What is he fighting a pillow for? Is he that angry? Like I was in a completely different element with that particular part of it. And once I realized that Alex Shelley was actually there, and they moved into the light, I got it. I was like, okay.
Pal.
It was fine. Like, because again, it was so dark that you couldn't see. Maybe again, it was the lighting was a little dark and the camera was a little spinny, but I didn't even see Alex come into the screen. Like, it was just Josh struggling with darkness. It's like, is he fighting? Is it turmoil here? What's happening?
Is this how we segue into the Slam Buddies are now available on Shop Impact?
Why not pitch it? If they're still available, then yeah, hey, go buy one, and then you too can replicate Josh Alexander fighting a pillow.
There's a Josh Alexander one. I don't think there's a Shelley one, but there's a Josh. I know there's Trinity.
It's Macklin, Kaz, and Trinity. Oh wait, the Trinity is a jumbo-sized one. It's 15 inches.
That's cool.
I might have to. No, I better not.
The size game never really works for anybody.
Oops. I'm just gonna be in a.
Nobody really knows how big 15 inches is right off the bat. You can't eye that out.
If J-Bone actually gets out the wallet and buys a 15-inch Trinity Slam Buddy, I might as well not even come home from Chicago.
Which one's Jay?
She said it'll be your butt buddy.
Oof.
Woo! On the couch with the buddy.
Now here's an interesting observation from Justin. The background of Josh's room looked like the old Wrestle Talk set, minus the tree. The infamous tree.
Funny.
That's funny. Madison and Tennille and the swing man doing his Ed McMahon. That's great, Daddy.
That was hilarious.
Locker room talk.
Where's Swingman Ben? Is he
Need
gone?
him back. Wasn't he on a winning streak?
Supposed to be.
He nearly beat Kenny King. He softened them up for Tommy. We all know it.
This is true. It took it all out of him. Oh God. So yeah, it was what it was. It didn't really do much for me. I suppose we had so many like in-ring contract signings, they had to do something different, which is fine.
I think that was the reason for it, honestly, because there's been a lot of them, and you can't do them that much. But that's the one negative with the 4 big pay-per-views, but then the Impact Plus specials, you get more title matches and the opportunity for more things like contract signings, and you just can't do a contract signing like every month. It's too much. So this was it was a good way to be a little different.
And it's a simple way to do it. Like you're both here. I don't trust you guys. You're gonna get physical. There you have it. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, because you have a couple ways. You put them just like we saw with Mickie and Trinity in a team. You put the opponents in the team. You have a contract signing, or you have some kind of other thing like we saw here. So there's a few ways you can lead up to these big main events.
Excuse me. All right. Main event time. Unless I'm missing something.
Main event time.
We got Trinity and Mickie James.
We have Tricky versus the Entourage, right?
There you go. They got names, J-Bone.
Well done. Sorry, my bad.
Tricky versus the Entourage.
You're welcome.
Damn.
They even put in Gisele. I'll give them credit because I'll rip the dirt sheets, but PWI did put Entourage with her Entourage in her little bio, in her ranking. So Entourage is in print.
I am impressed. How do you feel about that? It's in print.
Ooh.
Can't get rid of print.
Print is forever.
Like the internet, it lasts forever.
It is officially part of wrestling history. Okay, Tricky versus the Entourage. Thoughts on the main event, crew?
It was fun. Oh, yeah, sorry. It was very enjoyable. I feel like the Entourage is always a really entertaining team to bear witness to. Each personality really gives it that extra edge. And, of course, Trinity and Mickie, Tricky. Oh, God, I love it. I'm obsessed. Even though this is a one-time deal, I feel like this was a team that I would hopefully like to see down the road. I wouldn't be mad. It's like, because me, normally I'm like, oh God, a platypus team. It's just throwing them together to kind of get them into a match, and there's no rhyme or reason other than they got to fight. But I don't know, man. This one did it for me. It was the cowboy hats.
I think Alicia's saying
the gear.
We got to start a chant, J-Bone, at Bound for Glory. Tricky.
Yeah.
Tricky.
Do it.
But if there's only going to be like 3 or 4 of us doing it in the crowd, the people are going to be like,
nah, man, I was yelling serotonin at the Thousands episode, and people found me. They're like, "Oh, wow, we heard serotonin. We knew you were here."
Nice.
So, woohoo!
So, all right. So what? Some of us gotta we're gonna do that for, Alicia's gonna be there in spirit.
Justin's in. Tricky chant, hell yeah.
Tricky chant, hell yeah.
It's like the equivalent of like the both these guys, and that's on my band chant list. So, but like that's saying we like both of you. Tricky.
So is that gonna so number one, it's gotta be a sign, and I'm gonna hold that for Eddie, who's going to be apparently sitting next to me at Bound for Glory, because he's the sign guy. So you got to make a tricky sign.
I got to make a tricky sign.
No,
I think the last sign I had a part in was a sign for Johnny Swinger back in the day, but It's been
Bill, it's
quite some
Bill,
time.
it's going to be your responsibility to wear the half and half fan based gear.
Half and half fan base gear.
Yeah, so like half a vest for Trinity, half a vest for Mickie.
There you go.
Can you do it? Come on.
All right. Well, last time I played Parts and Signs. That was the sign era. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Signs aren't really the thing anymore. They're making a comeback, though.
I've never been a big sign guy. But I'm just there to enjoy the show.
Right. We'll figure it out. out. But Trinity and Mickie James get the win here against the Entourage, Gisele and Savannah Evans.
Yeah, they had to win that.
But then, Mickie not letting go of that title.
Letting her know she means business.
Yeah. It's not all fun and games.
That look on Mickie James' face was she was all woohoo, hardcore country coming down to the ring. That she had a scowl on her face when she was holding that title at the end. That was scary.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was good.
Very enjoyable.
Good stuff leading into Bound for Glory this weekend. Shall we? Yeah. And the Hall of Fame is going to be a lot of fun. And if you missed the, did not even have a clue that there was a press pass going on. But
Will Ospreay?
Yeah. But if you have a chance, go check out the interview. I saw it on someone else's YouTube channel because they recorded it and re-put it out there. So I saw a couple bits and pieces, but it's probably on the Facebook.
Usually it's on the Facebook.
Sometimes it's on the YouTube. I don't know. I didn't see it on there. But just check the socials. It should be out there somewhere. But shall we run down the card?
Run it.
Why not?
All right. Seeing if there's any last minute stuff. No, I don't think so. So yeah, like I said, countdown to Bound for Glory, Hall of Fame, Mike Tenay, Don West being inducted by Scott D'Amore. And Tracy Brooks will be inducted into the Hall of Fame by Gail Kim. Should be a lot of fun.
Sweet. Exciting.
Then we got the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, which you said there's dozen or so people announced already, and
it's 13, maybe a couple more, but yeah,
okay.
There room for a few more surprises.
Okay.
And Johnny Swinger.
Of course. Good old Johnny Swinger. Get that payday, pay winder. Sound off in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Who do you think is going to take the Call Your Shot Gauntlet? Who is going to win? Is it going to be Jake something? Is it going to be who knows? But sound off in the chat. I got there's too many question marks. It's hard to guess.
Yeah.
Knockouts tag action. We were just talking about this one. MK Ultra Killer Kelly and Masha Slamovich defending against, some would say, Jersey's finest. Right, Alicia? Tasha Steeles and Deonna Purrazzo.
Woo! I don't know. I already said before that I can't pick in this one.
Yeah, I want to see that title reign go a little bit longer, but I do like the team of Deonna Purrazzo and Tasha Steeles.
Same.
It's exciting.
It's tough. Tough choice.
I think it's just exciting to see Tasha come back, period. You know? Glad she's healthy. Glad she's back. Interesting team up there.
And adding another layer to Deonna, too. Like a layer to her character.
It
like,
is.
Kind of like this. Like a little different. Not just like similar to when she was tagging with Chelsea. This feels different to that.
Yeah. It definitely does. And speaking of tag team action, we've got the Rascals defending their Impact World Tag Team Championships versus Bullet Club, ABC, Ace Austin, and Chris A. Any thoughts on this, gang?
Let's go ABC.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you on that.
Oh,
you're going to sing the ABC?
Just that, though. We can't go any, there's for reasons. We can't afford that bill.
Nah.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I really enjoyed both teams, but nonetheless, like I said, you guys know how much I love tag team stuff. It's definitely going to be one of the highlights of the night.
I'll tell you, if there's shenanigans from a Myron Reed, then maybe we need just another fans' revenge match after that. So we'll see.
There we go. Well, he was announced. I mean, it is kind of a spoiler. But he was announced
for the next day.
He was announced for the next day. So, I mean, if he does show up, it's really going to be no surprise. I'm actually kind of hoping he does in a way. I'm excited to see him.
My guess is he doesn't.
Really?
Because I feel like when Impact announces people for tapings after a live show, they don't really use them on the live show.
Okay.
Because I think they would have not announced them for the surprise and then had them work the tapings.
So you think Myron being brought in would be more of a losing revenge kind of thing?
Could be. Could be. Could be to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Like maybe they need some reinforcements afterwards.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Any thoughts, Lisa, on Myron Reed?
Oh, yeah, he's a talented guy. It would be good to see him on Impact Television.
Yeah. All right. Monsters Ball action happening. PCO versus Rhino versus Steve Macklin versus Moose.
I thought you were like the train conductor. Yeehaw, giddy up, little doggy. This is going to be a wild ride. I panicked.
That's okay. I'm still laughing about the train thing. Yeah, this is anybody's game. It's just going to be what I like to call a gorgeous train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously, Moose in there. I'll have a rooting interest, but I'm with Bonkers here. It feels like Macklin needs this win. To get back in that picture with Josh. Because it's all right, they had the Shelly angle, but really the whole program of the last year was supposed to be Macklin and Josh, and we didn't get that. So it's like it needs to get back to that at some point again. Like I know we kind of had it sort of, but we really didn't get what it was supposed to be yet. So I feel like to get Macklin back in that realm, he needs this one.
And as much as I agree with you, there's the bully factor.
There is. And I know him and Macklin aren't getting along right now.
Right. So, like, bully.
Macklin shouldn't have said that shit, bro. He gonna learn.
I agree. But I love Macklin's character is just balls to the wall. Like, I don't care. He's tough. He's a tough enough guy that, yeah, he's probably going to have to pay for it. But he's also, in the same breath, bring it. Like last week, Bully was like, did you say that? Macklin's like, yeah, I did. And Bully's like, all right. It's like, oh, shit, here we go. So, yeah, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm up for anyone, honestly. I love Moose. Great to see Rhino back healthy.
Can't go wrong.
Could be PCO's last hurrah.
Sad to see him go, but I get it.
Yeah, we'll see.
If that's what's going on, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to assume anything, but the reports are out there. We'll see what happens. He may change his mind.
Everyone knows what happens.
It's wrestling. X Division Championship on the line. Chris Sabin defending against Bullet Club's Kenta. Whew. It's another contender for match of the night right there. I don't think anybody would argue with me.
No. You got Chris Sabin, the Ageless Wonder. And then obviously Kenta, one of the best of recent memory in the world. This one feels like one that this is a show stealer possible match. Like obviously you got a lot of matches on this card with this potential, but like with a Sabin and a Kenta, you feel like that's just going to bring two guys that can always have a match of the night together. There could be some magic there, and it's for a title. This could cement that Hall of Fame career of Chris Sabin. Obviously, we know he's going there one day. That's not maybe sooner rather than later. But a win over Kenta on this stage in a classic match would be a nice calling card for the former world champ.
Yeah. Alicia, any thoughts on this one?
I agree with what Bill said. I think it's going to potentially be a show stealer, and I'm excited to see it. So, yay.
Hail Sabin!
Hail Sabin! Bring your Sabin shirts. I think
you're torn.
I think because there's too big of a picture going on here. I look at it this way. Kenta's part of Bullet Club. If Kenta's still part of Bullet Club, why the hell would he come alone?
But ABC is still part of Bullet Club, and they're there.
Yeah. I think there's way too much room for someone helping Kenta. I'm not saying it's a definite, of course, that
maybe
Kenta wins.
The headbanger.
Oh, I think there's a damn good chance we get the headbanger back, and there's a whole slew of new guys that could be a part of this.
Yeah, they've been updating Bullet Club with a lot of guys lately.
A whole fresh line of guys.
Fresh class.
Yeah.
Class of 2023. Bullet Club.
Wrestle fresh.
Now, see, I thought J-Bone was going to go in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like the J-Bone dream scenario, I'll call it.
Oh.
Kenta defeats Chris Sabin.
Oh, I know exactly what you're going to say.
Posing on the top rope, right in J-Bone's face with the belt. And then all of a sudden, you hear Cult of Personality echo in Cicero Stadium. And Phil Brooks comes marching down that aisle. Then he trips on his own 2 feet.
Oh, damn. If we find out that
the one way that I would be okay kind of with him kind of show, like it would give traction, pop, and all that. But for an actual wrestling related angle, but it would be a weird place to do it in Impact. The guy that actually invented his finishing move that he stole to get into it, that they've never actually had the feud. So
he tried
for it to happen.
Kenta did. Kenta, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kenta always says bring it on. It just never happens.
Yeah.
Right. I think it absolutely could have happened in another company, but it never happened. I think it's hilarious, but I also think it's awesome at the same time. I say why not, but I doubt it's going to happen. And for that reason only, I would say, well, if we find out that the X Division Championship is going to finish the show, then I would say, Bill, you're a damn genius, because that would be the shocker of the night. You know,
that would be.
Cult of Personality rings out.
We haven't confirmed ELP yet because he was on that opposite team in the multiverse. He's out of there, but I just assume like things like leaves change and members of the Bullet Club go back and forth. They're stable curious. But maybe not.
What? Okay.
That's great.
So
it's like the NWO. Weren't those guys changing teams all the time? I'm on with the Wolfpack.
Well, there's a lot of members. Trying to keep track.
Yeah.
If I'm supposed to keep track,
number 3045.
I have other things to do.
Oh my God, it's Shawn Michaels. All right. And this is sponsored by Impuritus, starring Tom Sizemore. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Will Ospreay coming in, special appearance. I guess you can call this a what do they call that? Like a special attraction? I don't know. Versus Mike Bailey. Wasn't this supposed to happen somewhere else?
Oh, yeah, the first multiverse during Mania Week.
That's it. And somebody got injured somehow, something, I forget.
Yeah, Will was hurt.
Yeah. He sprained his something. I don't know. Yeah, this one is absolutely going to be a lot of people's match of the night. It could be the only reason why they bought a ticket for Bound for Glory was to see one of the greatest wrestlers in the modern age who has, I say, evolved quite a bit over the last 10 years.
Oh, little evolved pun right there. I like it.
And it's because of, so many people remember what he used to do with, matches that a lot of people say weren't even matches with Ricochet.
Mm-hmm. That was that's where he really made his name, that Mania Week.
Yeah.
working that match that was considered match of the weekend. But
Right.
Gary here, this is just another little thing. The Giant was NWO back and forth, but
Yeah.
also I believe he showed up tonight in OVW for the first time in decades. The Giant, Paul Waite, back in OVW.
Really? Oh my God!
Unless that's next week. I thought it was tonight, but maybe it was next. Maybe it's next week.
Oh,
because he's an original OVW guy, and they're bringing him back. They're getting momentum. So good. Very happy to see Daniel Spencer, Al Snow, and the crew. Shira.
very interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, just I'm not going to assume, oh, Will Ospreay's coming into town. Of course he's winning. I'm not assuming nothing. I just can't wait for the match.
But we also know he was working Turning Point after that, so they can do a program because we know that's going to be TV product. So you might see a decent amount of Will Ospreay on Impact TV to close out the year. So
not complaining.
There could be something going on.
It's like I said, one of the greatest in the modern age. Let's fucking go. All right, next we got the knockouts. Trinity defending against Mickie James. Another contender for match of the night, without a doubt.
That'll be a big one. The crowd will be going nuts for that one.
Neon sticks going.
Oh.
I'm bringing mine.
You're bringing your own?
I'm going to bring my own glow in the dark wig.
Now, that would be cool, J-Bone. You better. I'm going to be looking for that flowing lock.
I just love the hair thing that she was doing tonight on the show. It was crazy. It was wild.
She's always bringing it.
A lot of votes for Trinity in the chat. We'll see.
Go.
We'll see. If Mickie James is trying to get back on top, she may bring backup. That might be part of the surprise of the night. Who knows?
The tree part of Tricky.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Last but certainly not least, the main event. Well, you like to assume it's the main event, but like I also say, never assume. Impact World Championship defended by Alex Shelley versus Josh Alexander. This feud dates all the way back from almost a year ago when we were in Chicago.
Yep.
Over a year ago when we were in Chicago. It is. What now? Please remind me what show that was. Emergence 2022, Chicago.
Is that the one we never reviewed, or was that the one before? I think it was the one before that.
It
wound up on a random review show like 6 months later. This is our Emergence review.
And this one we're gonna do from a restaurant booth. I don't know.
Well, technically, J-Bone, we could probably pull it off because me and you are staying at the same hotel. It wouldn't be crazy that we could possibly pull that off, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, it kind of depends on how we're feeling.
J-Bone will be in the hot tub while we're live, I'm guessing. Which, well, from what I hear, the Twitch viewers love that kind of stuff, J-Bone. So,
yeah, I don't think I'm gonna.
J-Bone in the tub, eating Taco Bell and doing a review.
No.
You tap it out.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear you.
Pretty much.
All right.
I'm exhausted, dude.
All right. No problem. Any last thoughts, Bill? We're going to wrap this up.
Just that we probably still got to do that Emergence 2021 review. But
What
other
is
than
that?
that,
What it was?
but no, big Bound for Glory on paper, one of the better cards looking in some time. So big expectations, a lot of match of the year candidates. So it's going to be a big show. Like I said, because of the UK tour, this is going to be a lot of the talents like last time working right now for a bit. So it's pretty much after this, it's then hard to kill. So big one coming up. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to see you, J-Bone, seeing a bunch of the people in the chat, Justin, Eddie, a bunch of the regulars that swing by. Some of the ones that just go to the big shows. And then obviously we'll see you on the review whenever it's done afterwards. And we'll go from there. But this is it. This is one of the premier nights for Impact Wrestling. So it doesn't get bigger than that.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait. Pizza, wrestling, and God knows what else is going to happen this weekend.
Shenanigans.
Some Mexican restaurants.
You better find those chips.
Chips.
We're going to put Daniel Spencer on the
You gotta buy Daniel Spencer some food.
I will buy Daniel Spencer some food, and we're going to put him on the case. I'm getting those chips back. Actually, I'll just get some fresh chips. Never mind.
Better choice.
And on that note, we're going to wrap up this show. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. If you're watching this after the fact, put your predictions in the comments, please. Let us know who you think is going to win this weekend, or surprise us. Give us your surprises. What do you think is going to happen? On your way out, make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of our content hits your screen. See you this weekend, folks. Much love. Good night.